After getting to a door, Mrs. Bates first entered the hall. Poetry. In the poem on killing a tree, the killing of a tree is described as a deliberate act. The summer season, the term eternal summer refers to the eternal qualities of the poet's friend. The phrase long strand of silver means the stream. The winter evening described in the poem is silent. Drama. The play The Proposal is a farce. There is a merchant come for his goods. Here merchant refers to Lomov. Chubukov is in his 70s. Why talk rot? Here the speaker is Natalia. Prose. The sun in Mussoorie is described as delicious. Adversity always presents opportunities for introspection. Half Nelson related to wrestling. The bearded wounded man came running at dusk. And then it is done. Here it refers to the killing of a tree. The soldier sleeps in sunlight. The gold complexion of the sun gets affected often. The grasshopper sings in a meadow. Drama. The name of the field adjacent to Oxon Meadows is Birchwoods. Chubukov thinks that Gaze is shot in the muzzle. The peasants of Natalia's father's grandfather had the free access to use the meadows for 40 years. He is old and as ugly as a worn-out cab horse. Here he is Gaze. Prose. The sounding word bang in the story The Eyes Have It. Sound of door. Kalam's father brought Kalam to an old mosque for evening prayer. Roger looked physically frail and wild. You are tired. The line is spoken by the jar. Poetry. The most sensitive part of a tree is root. The color that brings out the tragedy of war in Asleep in the Valley is red. Sonnet number 18 by William Shakespeare points out the dash nature of art. Timeless. All the birds are faint with the hot sun and hide in cooling trees. Drama. They only come to 5 Decathins. 5 Decathins is equal to 13.5 acres. The phrase spit it out means to express heart. Lomov's young aunt was Nastasia Mikhailovna. How many pulls in his ear left side does Lomov get during his sleep? 20. The second co-passenger broke into the narrator's daydream. My austere father used to avoid. It indicates that Kalam's father was very simple. Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones. The full name of Luella Bates was Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones. The hermit the jar wished to visit received only common folk. Poetry. The color depicted at the end of the poem Asleep in the Valley is red. But the eternal summer means the central eternal beauty of the poet's friend. The tree has grown by consuming the earth. The phrase the poetry of earth means the music of nature. Drama. Natalia complains that Lomov behaves as if they were gypsies. Natalia met Lomov in her negligee. Lomov inherited his property from his late aunt and her husband, who according to Chubukov is a guzzling gambler, Lomov's father. Prose. The girl could not bear to sit in a train for more than 2 or 3 hours. Kalam remembers his father starting his day at 4 a.m. The boy lost his balance and fell on the sidewalk. The woman picked the boy up by his shirt front. Poetry. Asleep in the Valley is an anti-war lyric. The poet compared his young friend to a summer's day. The tone of killing a tree is satiric. The grasshopper sings in the new moon mead. Drama. Both Lomov and Chubukov are landowners. Natalia appears before Lomov in apron. According to Lomov, Oxen Meadows are worth 300 rubles. Natalia is dash years old, 25. Prose. The girl was getting off at Saharanpur. The Shiva temple was dash walk from Dr. Kalam's house, 10 minutes. Mrs. Jones gripped the boy by his shirt front. The answers that the learned man gave the jar were different. Poetry. The poet claims that the poetry of earth is never ceasing. The phrase long strands of silver means the stream. The tree has grown by consuming the earth. The beauty is never lasting in the law of nature. Drama. When Chubukov sent Natalia to meet Lomov, she was selling peas. Chubukov accuses that Lomov's family suffered from lunacy. Natalia's family had lent Lomov the previous year threshing machine. Lomov hoped to go for shooting after the harvest. Prose. The girl in the train compartment thought the narrator to be gallant and serious. The boy wanted to buy blue shoes. Joinuddin's coconut grove was 4 miles from his house. The bearded man had been wounded by the bodyguard. Poetry. The grasshopper is associated with the season summer. The expression eye of heaven means the sun. The word miniature means in the expression miniature bows, which if unchecked will expand again. Very small. Not so big. Oh no. The word green in the poem Asylum in the Valley signifies youth and life. Drama. The color of Lomov's glove is white. Oxen meadows touch the birchwoods. Both Natalia and Chubukov believe that Lomov is not a good hunter. The word milksop refers to Chubukov. No, the word milksop refers to Lomov. Chubukov told this. The girl in the ice habit was happy because it was a short journey. According to Joinuddin, prayer made possible a communion of the spirit between people. The color of the jeans that the boy was wearing was blue. The jar went to visit the hermit alone. Poetry. But this alone won't do it. It refers to cling of the tree. The phrase long strands of silver actually refers to the stream. This gives life to thee. Life here suggests immortality. The silence in the poetry of earth has been wrought by winter. No, the silence is wrought by or has been wrought by frost. Frost will be the answer. Prose. The girl loved the hills, especially in October. The distance from Kalam's house to Rameswaram was 10 minutes walk. Half Nelson is a wrestling hold. The profession of Mrs. Jones is worker at a hotel beauty shop. Poetry. The young soldier's feet are among flowers. Sonnet 18 of Shakespeare follows the rhyme scheme of ABAB CDCD FEFGG. The cricket is associated with the season winter. The most sensitive part of the tree is root. Squeezer was purchased for 85 rubles. The play, The Proposal, is set in the rural countryside of Russia. Lomov by nature is suspicious. The area of Oxen Meadows is 5 desyatins or 13.5 acres. Prose. The thought of laughter only made the narrator of the story lonely. From Kalam's ancestral house, the Shiva temple was a 10-minute walk. The last utterance made by Roger was thank you. When the jar went out into the porch and looked around for the hermit was sowing seeds. Poetry. In winter, the cricket takes its shelter beside the stove. Miniature bows. The word bows means branches. One hand of the soldier is on his breast. The birds of May are described as darling. Drama. Lomov wanted to remind Natalia that her dog was overshot. Oxen Meadows has also been referred as Green Meadows. What type of play is The Proposal? One-act play. Natalia claims that they had the land for nearly 300 years. Prose. The narrator asks the girl if she was going to Dehra. Kalam's father believed that a man looked for company when he was alone. The bag of Mrs. Jones contained almost everything. The bearded man had a wound in his belly. Poetry. The strength of the tree exposed when it is pulled out. The soldier's pillow was made of fun. The poet claims to have immortalized his friend through poetry. According to Keats, the music of art ceases at no point. Drama. Lomov mentions that for marriage his age is critical. When Lomov comes, Natalia was selling peas. The area of Oxford Meadows is 13.5 acres. Lomov opines that Squeezer is good at barking. Prose. The blind girl's aunt was supposed to receive the girl at Saharanpur. Kalam's father used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries. So both. Mrs. Jones was returning home from work at 11 p.m. The bearded man asked for forgiveness to the jar. Poetry. A simple jab of knife cannot kill a tree. And the soldier's pillow was made of fun. Shakespeare had promised to immortalize his friend's beauty by his poems. When the grasshopper gets tired, he takes rest beneath some pleasant weeds. Drama. Lomo purchased gas from Mironov. Natalia was 25 years old. When Chubukov learned that Lomov had been to his house to propose Natalia, he was delighted. Lomov had inherited his property from his late aunt and her husband. So none of A or B. Prose. The perfume coming from the girl's hair was tantalizing. Dr. Kalam's father started his day at 4 a.m. with namaz. The lady Mrs. Jones wanted the boy Roger to comb his hair because he would look presentable. The hermit was known for his wisdom. Poetry. Green twigs that rise from close to the ground are called. The poem Asleep in the Valley is a sonnet. The poet asserts that his friend will never lose poison in his beauty, of his beauty. Keats celebrates in the poem The Poet of Earth, the music of earth. Drama. Natalia is in her mid-20s. Chubukov comments that Lomov have had in their family lunacy. The proposal was originally written in Russian. Chubukov is a landowner. Prose. The narrator wanted to prevent the girl from discovering his visual impairment or blindness. Kalam's father said that for the distressed people he acted as a mediator. Roger looked as if he were 14 or 15. The hermit was frail and weak. Poetry. The killing of a tree is described as here ceremonial act. The soldier is open mouthed because he is killed suddenly. According to